we were seeing first order system time response. We were seeing this part, and first order means, what is the meaning of first order? The system is having only one pole. Let me draw the block diagram for first order system. It is 1 upon tau s. Tau is the time constant. We are having a unity negative feedback. This is our R of S, that is input. This is our C of S, that is output. And this is our feedback part. And for this, we have calculated CS upon RS. That is output upon input. We call it generally this as transfer function. And the formula for this is GS upon 1 plus GS into HS. This is the formula, right? In this case, G of S is equal to how much? 1 upon tau S, and H of S is equal to how much? 1. If you substitute all the values of GS and HS, you will get tau S plus 1. So CS upon RS is equal to 1 upon tau S plus 1. So this is the, we call this as a closed loop transfer function. You can also call it in a short form CLTF. CL for closed loop and TF for transfer function. So this is the closed loop transfer function of a first order system. Is it okay? Is it okay till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what we want that for different values of R of S, we want to calculate C of S. And what are the different values, or what are the different signals of R of S? That can be impulse, that can be step, ramp, and parabola. What does it mean? One by one, we will provide R of S these signals, and we will observe what is the respective C of S, and we will calculate C of T. Once we calculate C of T, we will try to plot a graph of R of T, that is input. We all know what is impulse function, step function, ramp function, and parabola in time domain. Then we will also draw the graph for C of T, that is output, right? Why we are doing this in time? Because we are doing the time response, or you can also say time domain analysis. So for first two cases, that is impulse and step, we have already seen in our last class what will be the CT. So I will just recollect. I will just write the results. First case, for unit impulse input. Unit impulse input means RT in this case is del T. So R of S will be equal to how much? Tell me. What is the Laplace transform of impulse function? Am I audible? Am I audible properly?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Tell me what will be the Laplace transform of impulse function? We are having impulse function, unit step function, ramp function, and parabola function. What is the Laplace transform of all of this function? We have already seen this in our previous classes. So Laplace transform of this is 1. Laplace transform of unit step is 1 by S. For ramp, 1 by S square. For parabola, 1 by S cube. Do you remember this or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So Laplace transform of unit impulse is 1. So R of S will be 1. Let me write down our CS upon RS. First order system was 1 upon tau S plus 1. So CS will be equal to RS tau s plus 1. Now Rs will be equal to 1 because it is unit impulse, so it will be simply tau s plus 1. So Ct will come out to be 1 upon tau e to the power minus t by tau. This is our Ct, right? How will the function will look like? Let us suppose this is our input, that is Rt. This is our output, let us say Ct. How is our input? Input is unit impulse. That means it is only present at the origin. Elsewhere it is 0. This is in time, right? And how will our Ct look like? At C0, what is the value of Ct? At t is equal to 0. At t is equal to 0, what is the value of Ct?
So 1 by tau.
1 by tau. 1 by tau. And at t is equal to infinite, it is 0. So it will decay. Why it is decaying? Because it is exponentially decaying. This is our C tau, Ct. So from here to here, we call this as a transient response, and from this part onward, we call it as a steady state response. Right? Similarly, now I will write directly shortly. So now second case, R of S is unit step. So R of S is 1 by S. So Ct for this case we have calculated as, let me just write down the result. Ct we have calculated as 1 minus e to the power minus t by tau into u of t. So this is the value of c of t that we have calculated. If I wanted to plot both input and output, so if I wanted to plot this, if this is suppose my RT, that is input in time, this is one magnitude, this is our input function, what will be the corresponding response? At t is equal to 0, what is the value of Ct? At t is equal to 0, what is the value of Ct? This will be equal to minus e to the power minus 0. E to the power 0 is how much? And
1.
0, so 1 minus 1 will be how much?
0.
0. So at t is equal to 0, what is the value of Ct? 0. That means this is 0. At t is equal to infinite, what is the value of Ct? 1 minus e to the power minus infinite by tau. E to the power minus infinite is how much?
0.
0. So this is, so it is exponentially increasing and it will settle down at 1. This is how the response will look like. So from this part to this part, you can say that this is the transient state, transient response, and this is our steady state response part. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now this we have already seen in our last lecture. Now we will see the third case. And third case is input is unit ramp. That is RT will be equal to T ut. RT will be equal to T ut means it is something like this. This is the ramp function. Is it not? And R of S, what is the Laplace transform of ramp? Just we have seen what is the Laplace transform of ramp function. That is 1 by S square. We have seen this or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, we have to write Cs upon Rs. The closed loop transfer function will be equal to 1 upon tau s plus 1. This is for first order system. So Cs will be equal to Rs multiplied by 1 upon tau s plus 1. So Rs will be, now in this case is 1 by S square. So Cs will be equal to 1 by S square multiplied by tau s plus 1. So now you have to calculate Ct. That means Laplace inverse of C of S. That will be equal to Laplace inverse of 1 upon S square multiplied by 1 upon tau s plus 1. So what will you do if you want to calculate Ct? What will you do? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all of you have to speak up, okay, when I'm asking question. So otherwise I will not be aware whether you are getting it or you are not getting. So all of you have to respond whenever I'm asking a question. If you're having some doubt, you might ask. You can ask, okay? How will you calculate CT? What will you do after this point? You want to calculate inverse Laplace transform of this function. So what will you do?
We have to do at first inverse Laplace, then
No, first you have to, what you have to do is you have to do partial fraction.
partial fraction.
So we will break it into partial fractions.
Yes, you have to break it in this term, and you have to break it in this term, right? For that,
Yes.
you have to do partial fraction. After that, you can take the C of t, that is inverse Laplace transform. So I'm directly writing the response. You can verify it later on, right? You calculate its partial fraction. All these things are in notes, right? You calculate its transformation and calculate. The answer is t minus tau plus tau e to the power minus t by tau. This is the response into ut. Okay. So at t is equal to 0, what is the response? At t is equal to 0, what is the response? That is c0. 0 minus tau plus tau to the
Plus
power
tau.
minus 0 by tau. This is ut. So this will be equal to how much? At t is equal to 0 minus tau plus tau. This will be equal to 0.
Yes, sir.
At c is equal to infinite, what will be the response? T minus tau plus tau e to the power minus infinite. This part will become 0. You will be only having t minus tau, right? And t is tending to infinite. So c infinite is t minus tau. You can write it like this. So if I want to draw input as well as output side by side, so you can see, you can check. Our input is like this. This is t. This is our input, that is a ramp signal. And how is our output? Our output is something like this. This is also a ramp function. At t is equal to 0 is 0, and it is exponentially increasing and becoming constant after some time. After that time is called as transient response. So if I want to draw it side by side, I can draw. If I want to draw it side by side, I can draw it like this. Right. So you can see till this point it is having some deviation, and from this point onward it is becoming constant. So from this to this, you can say that is a transient response, and from this point it is a steady state response, right? So this is your CT, this is your time. So this is for your when your input is unit ramp. Now we will consider when your input is fourth case. Input is unit parabola. That is RT is equal to T square by 2. R of S will be equal to, in this case, will be 1 by S cube. So CS upon RS for first order system, it is, we have calculated, it is 1 upon S plus 1. So CS will be equal to RS multiplied by 1 upon tau S plus 1. So CS will be equal to substitute the value of R of S, that is 1 by S cube multiplied by 1 upon tau S plus 1. So CS, that is CT, will be equal to how much? That is Laplace inverse of C of S, that is equal to Laplace inverse of 1 by S cube multiplied by 1 by tau square tau S plus 1. Here also you have to use partial fraction. From this part, you will use partial fraction. Right? Once you divide into different fractions, then you can take the inverse Laplace transform. I'm directly writing the final result, that is C of t. C of t in this case will come up to be t square by 2 minus tau t plus tau square minus tau square e to the power minus t by tau. Once you do the partial fraction, it will, your CT will be come out like this. Just recheck it after the lecture, right? You do the partial fraction for both ramp as well as a parabola and check whether this is coming right or not. If I want to draw plot it in time domain, I can draw. If this is my input, this is my input, that is RT. This is time. If I wanted to draw the response, it will be something like this. This is my C of t, right? So here we have seen this is my input. Black line shows the input, that is parabola, and CT is the response, that is pink line is shown as a parabola. So we have seen the response when the input will be impulse, when the input will be step, when the input will be ramp, when the input will be parabola. We have seen the response for all the 4 cases. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will see one important concept, that is calculation of error. Error calculation means how far is your response from the desired response. How far is your response from the desired response will be given by error, right? If I wanted to draw the block diagram of again unity feedback system. This is my R of S, this is my C of S, and this part, let us suppose this is my takeoff point. So what is the signal flowing to this path? This is my takeoff point. So what is the signal flowing to this path? Anyone?
CS.
Yes, CS. Why? Because you can see CS is flowing to this path, right? So in feedback path, CS will be flowing. Right? Yes, CS will be flowing. What is the gain of this path? Gain is 1.
1.
Because nothing. So CS into 1, that means CS will be flowing to this part. And CS will be flowing to here, and here is positive. And this part is called as error. Error is what? What will be the error? Calculate. See the summing point. What will be the error? We have solved this using block diagram, right? What will be the error? See the summing block. What is the input signal coming to both the ports? There are 2 inputs. One is R of S, one is C of S. So what will be the error? Error is the output of the port. So what will be the error? Anyone? What will be error? C, R of S is flowing to this port. C of S is flowing to this port. So polarity
R
is
minus
plus.
3.
Sorry?
R minus 3. R minus
RS minus CS. RS minus CS. Right?
RS minus CS.
Yes. You can see in the summing point. This is all the example we have already solved in block diagram reduction technique, right? This is in S domain. If you want to calculate in time domain, so you can write it as RT minus CT. Both are same. So from these two, you can calculate the error, right? Now you want to calculate steady state error. Steady state error. That is given by ESS. E stands for error and S stands for steady and state. So steady state error will be given by limit t tends to infinite et. In time domain I'm talking about. So this will be equal to limit t tends to infinite. Et is how much? RT minus CT. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is in time domain. You can also calculate the error in frequency domain. Right? for calculating the error in frequency domain, what we will use? We will use final value theorem. This you have seen, might have seen in Laplace transform. What is final value theorem? ESS, that is steady state error. If limit time is tending to infinite, and this is ET, so limit S will tend to where? See, the time and frequency is inversely proportional. If time is tending to infinite, then frequency will tend to 0. Vice versa, if frequency is tending to infinite, time will tend to 0. So this is a simple final. Here you can observe the time is tending to infinite, so S will tend to 0. SES. So this S is an extra term, and ES is this term that we have already calculated. So you can rewrite this as limit S tends to 0, S R of S minus C of S. So you can calculate the steady state error by any of the way. That is, you can calculate steady state error in time domain by using this formula, or you can calculate the steady state error in frequency domain or in S domain by using this formula. Is it okay? In both the way, you will get the same result. We will see this. Should we move forward?
Yes, sir.
So first we will calculate error, that is ESS, for first order system. So we have calculated CS upon RS for first order system. What is our CS upon RS? 1 upon tau s plus 1. Right? This is our closed loop transfer function. And first case is what? We have considered RS to be impulse function, that is RS to be 1, and RT will be equal to del T. This is what we have considered, right? For this case, C of S, what we are getting? 1 upon tau s plus 1. And CT, what we are getting? E to the power minus T by tau. 1 by tau e to the power minus tau. So these are the results that we have already obtained, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will apply the final value theorem, and in both, we will try to calculate the steady state error for using both of these formulas. That is steady state error in time domain using this formula, and we will also calculate steady state error using this formula, right? Just check, just see. Okay. First we will calculate by time domain. That is ESS will be equal to limit T tends to infinite ET, that is steady state error. So limit T tends to infinite RT minus CT. This formula is only valid when you are having unity negative feedback system. Unity negative feedback system means the gain of feedback is 1, right? So this will be equal to limit T tends to infinite. What is RT? RT is del T minus CT. CT is how much? 1 upon tau e to the power minus T by tau. So this is our ESS. Put the limit T is equal to infinite. So tell me what will you get? If I want to draw our input and output, just see. I'm drawing it here on the same dot. I'm drawing both input and output. This is our input. This is our del T, and this is our output. Right? This is our 1 by tau. This is our CT. From this part to this part is our transient response, and from this part to this part our steady state response. So tell me, at T is equal to infinite, what is the value of input you are seeing? At T is equal to infinite, what is the value of input? That is RT.
Value of input.
Value of input, that is input is what? Input is del T.
Del T, yes.
At T is equal, del T is present where? Only at 0. Right?
Yes,
At T, and anywhere else, what is the value of input? Anywhere else, what is the value of input you are seeing? Del T, that is input, is only present at 0. You can see anywhere other than 0, that is origin, what is the value of del t or RT?
0, sir.
0, correct,
0.
right? And check what is the value of ESS when you put in here. When you put t is equal to infinite, what is the value of this? That is 1 upon tau e to the power minus
1 up.
infinite. This will be equal to how much?
0.
E to the power minus infinite is 0. So E of SS will be
Yes, sir. 0.
0, right? Now we will try to calculate what does it mean that at infinite or at steady state, our error is 0. Error is 0 means our input, the difference between input and output is 0, which you can also observe in this part. You can see in this part from here, from this part, from after the transient state is over, you can see both our input is also 0 and our output is also 0. So that is why we are getting steady state error as 0, right? We will have such cases where there are some differences between input and output, right? We will see one by one. Now we will see how to calculate error by using final value theorem. That is limit s tends to 0, s es. This is the formula. S is a term, just keep in mind. Limit s tends to 0, s e of s will be equal to r of s minus c of s. So limit s tends to 0, s into r of s. What is the Laplace transform of impulse? We have to write r of s, na? R of s is impulse. So what is the Laplace transform of impulse function? We have seen
1, sir.
1
Sir, 1.
minus c of s is how much? C of s is tau s plus 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now try to calculate. So this will be equal to limit, put limit s is equal to 0. Directly we will put limit s is equal to 0 in here. So this will be equal to 0 multiplied by 1 minus 1 upon tau into 0 plus
It
1.
will be 0, sir, ultimately.
It will be
Ultimately,
0.
so you can see both the ways, that is from final value theorem as well as from time domain analysis, we are getting 0 error. So you can calculate the error by any other way, and which is also we have seen in graph. You can observe in this part, after the transient period is over, our steady state error is 0. What is steady state error? Input minus output at t is equal to infinite, when t tends to infinite. Or you can also say at steady state, what is our error? So there is one note for you guys. I will write the note. Any system is called controlled system. Any system is called controlled system. As we are studying control system, any system is called controlled system if output follows input at steady state, or steady state error is as low as possible. This is important. So you can see what is a controlled system. Anyone can ask you in interview what is the meaning of controlled system. So what will you say? A control system is a system in which output follows the input at steady state. Steady state is a very important part, not in a transient state. At steady state, we have seen what is the transient state and steady state, right? So any system in which output follows the input is called as control system, or the steady state error should be as low as possible. Ideally, it should be 0. Even if it is not 0, so it should be very close to 0, right? It's not equal to 0. In this case, we are observing that it is 0. You can also observe that output follows the input. The value of input at infinite is 0. So value of output at infinite is also 0. So both the input and output, so you can say output is following the input. You can say input is over this pink line and output is green line. So at steady state, output is becoming 0. So what it is doing? It is following the input. So this kind of a system, you can call it as a control system, right? Again, any system is called as control system if output follows the input at steady state. That means output should be equal to input. or steady state error should be as low as possible. Ideally, it should be 0, or if it is not 0, it should be very, or it should be close to 0, right? You will see second case. In second case, we have considered RT, that is input, to be step function, that is U of t. So R of s will be equal to how much? 1 upon s Ct. What we are getting Ct? 1 minus e to the power minus t by tau. This is what we are getting as Ct. And C of s was how much? 1 upon s into 1 upon tau s plus 1. Is it okay? So this result we have already obtained. Should we apply? Should we calculate the steady state error for this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first we will calculate in time domain, that is limit t tends to infinite dt. That is error. So limit t tends to infinite rt minus ct is equal to limit t tends to infinite. What is rt? Rt is simply ut minus ct is how much? 1 minus e to the power minus t by tau. Right? So if I plot input and output, let us suppose this is our input is how much? Input is unit step. This is our input. What is our output? Output is like this, right? Pink line shows you the input, and this is our input, that is ut, and this is our output, that is ct. So at t is equal to infinite, what is the value of the input you're seeing? Tell me. Put the value. If at t is equal to infinite, what is the value of ut you are seeing?
1.
1. Minus.
No.
At t is equal to infinite, what is the value of ct you are seeing?
1. 1
1.
minus
Or
1 total 0.
yes, or what you can do 1 minus e to the power minus infinite, right? You can do this. This will be equal to 1. Or you can also see from graph, you can see it is settling down to 1, right? 1 minus 1. So what is the steady state error you are getting? 0.
0. Hmm.
Which you can also validate from the plot which you are seeing, right? You can also calculate by final value theorem. So this will be equal to limit s tends to 0 s es. This will be equal to limit s tends to 0 s r of s minus c of s. So limit s tends to 0 s r of s is how much? 1 upon s minus c of s is 1 upon s into 1 upon tau s plus 1. If you take the s inside the bracket, so this will be equal to limit s is equal to 0, 1 minus 1 upon tau s plus 1. If you put the limit s is equal to 0, so this will be equal to 1 minus 1 tau multiplied by 0 plus 1. So this will be equal to 1 minus 1. So this will be equal to 0. Is it okay? So you can observe that both the ways we are getting steady state error is 0, which you can also observe from this part onward. Steady state error is 0. Why? Because output is following the input. You can see there is no difference. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we will see third case. Now input is equal to t, that is ramp. R of s is equal to how much? Laplace of ramp is, what is the Laplace transform of ramp?
So 1 by s square.
By s square. So Ct that we have calculated, I will write it down. T minus tau plus tau e to the power minus t by tau. And C of s is equal to 1 by s square multiplied by 1 upon tau s plus 1. Right? Why I am writing directly? You can see C upon R is how much? C upon R is this much, and I have taken R at this side, so this will be equal to R s into C of s. Are you getting my point? If you do the partial fraction and you can calculate the inverse Laplace transform, you will get this function. Is it okay? So we will calculate error, that is in time domain first. Limit t tends to infinite et. This will be equal to limit t tends to infinite rt minus, that is t minus ct is how much? T minus tau plus tau e to the power minus t by tau. Okay. If you open the bracket, so limit t tends to infinite t minus tau, sorry, t minus t plus tau minus tau e to the power minus t by tau. So this tt will cancel. If you put the limit, what will you get? If you put limit t is equal to infinite, what you will get? Tell me.
Tau.
Tau. So what does, if I want to plot? If this is about t, and if I want to plot input and output in the same plot, if this is my input, right? This is my input. This is t, or you can also call this input, right? How will the output look like? Output will look like this. So from this part, this is transient response, and from this part, it is steady state, right? Now, this difference between input and output is how much we have calculated. What is the difference? What is the steady state difference?
Yes, sir.
What is the steady state difference you are calculating? What is the error? Error is what? Difference of input minus output. So if this is my CT, that is output, and this is my input, that is RT. So difference is how much? Tau. So this difference is tau. Okay. This is our error.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will see fourth case. Now we will also see by final value, whether we are getting the right one or not. Just check. ESS will be equal to limit S tends to 0, S, ES. This will be equal to limit S tends to 0, S, E of S is RS, RS is 1 upon S square minus 1 upon S square multiplied by 1 upon tau S plus 1. So limit S is equal to 0, take S inside, so this is 1 by S minus 1 by S upon tau S plus 1. Is it okay? So what will we do? What will we do now? Tell me.
We will put the value of S.
If you put the value of S, so this will be infinite. This term will be infinite.
Yes, sir.
But infinite is not the answer that we want. We have solved time domain that we are getting tau. So that is not what we will do. We will take LCM. So limit S tends to 0. Take LCM. LCM is S tau S plus 1. So this is a common thing. So we will be having simply 1 here, right? And here also. So here S term is there. Tau S plus 1 is not there. So we will write in tau S plus 1. Here both the things, that is S plus tau S plus 1. So here it will be minus 1. So plus 1 minus 1 will cancel out. So we will be having limit S tends to 0, tau S upon S tau S plus 1. So this S will cancel out. So this will be equal to limit.
It will be tau, sir. Only
Yes,
tau.
tau upon tau S plus 1. If you put limit, now if you put limit, so this will be equal to tau upon tau into 0 plus 1. So this will be equal to tau. So ESS will be equal to tau. So you can see both by final value and by time domain, error is coming as tau, and you can also see it here. This is also a controlled system. Why they are calling it a controlled system? Because the error is as low as possible. You can also observe that at steady state, that is after the transient period is over, the output is trying to follow the input. Whatever the input, with a small error, that is tau, the output is following the input. Now we will see the last case. That is fourth case. Now RT in this case is T square by 2. So R of S will be equal to 1 upon S cube. So CT that I have calculated, I will write it down. CT is T square by 2 minus tau T plus tau square minus tau square e to the power minus t by tau, right? This is not required. I'm just telling you this. That is for parabola. It is very complex, so it is not required. But I'm just telling you that we can obtain the error, we can obtain the output as well, right? The problems may be complex, but solution will always exist. Okay. So CT is this. So C of S is, if C of S is equal to 1 by RS multiplied by tau s plus 1. So this is our CS. We have calculated. Now in this case, also you can calculate the error. Calculate the error. Error will be equal to how much? Steady state error will be equal to how much? So limit t tends to infinite, et is equal to limit t tends to infinite. RT is how much? T square by 2 minus CT is how much? T square by 2 minus tau t plus tau square minus tau square e to the power minus t by tau. Right? So when you open the bracket, so this t square by 2 will cancel out. Now when you put the limit t tends to infinite, tau t minus tau square plus tau square e to the power minus t by tau. When you put the limit t is equal to infinite, this term will become 0. And this will be equal to infinite. Infinite minus tau square will be equal to how much? Infinite minus anything will be equal to how much?
Infinite.
Infinite. So here you can see our error is infinite. That means if I want to draw, now if I want to plot both input and output, let us suppose this is t, right? If I am plotting parabola signal is like this. Let us suppose this is our input, that is t square by 2. And if I want to plot its response will be something look like this. And it will always, you can see the gap will always be increasing. This gap will always be increasing. And what is this gap? This gap is, you can see, tau t minus tau square. This is our gap, right? This is the error. You can see it's steady state. This will be our error. So this will be increasing, and at a steady state, you can say that error is infinite, right? So this is not a controlled system. This is not a controlled system. You cannot say this is a controlled system. Why? Because steady state error is coming out to be infinite, right? Unlike our previous cases. Now we will try to calculate it by final value theorem as well. So ESS will be equal to limit S tends to 0, S into ES. Should be equal to limit S tends to 0, S. What is R of S? That is 1 by S cube minus 1 by S cube into 1 by tau s plus 1. Take the S inside, so this will be equal to limit S tends to 0, 1 upon S square minus 1 upon S square tau s plus 1, right? Take LCM, so this will be equal to limit S tends to 0, LCM is S square, tau s plus 1, here it will be tau s plus 1 minus 1. So plus 1 minus 1 will cancel out, so this will be equal to limit S tends to 0, tau s upon S square, tau s plus 1. So this S and S will cancel out. We will be having limit S tends to 0, tau upon S, tau s plus 1. Now we cannot do any further simplification. Now we have to put limit. If you put limit S is equal to 0, what will be the error? Infinite, right? You can see there is an S in the denominator, so error will be infinite. So error from both the cases is coming out to be infinite. So you can see error we have calculated from final value theorem, error we have calculated from time domain analysis. Any way you can calculate the error, it will be infinite, right? Why it is infinite? Since this, you can see this, there is a difference between input and output, and at infinite time, you can say that the error will be infinite. So this is not a controlled system. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will stop. This one. Let me recollect what we have seen today. Yes. So we have started with our third case, that is when input is unit ramp. So you can see we have considered input as unit ramp, that is t, ut. So Laplace of t unit ramp is 1 by s square. This is our closed loop transfer function. We have cross multiply and taken the rs in this side. So rs is 1 by s square. Now we have you have to, I have told you that you have to do the partial fraction and check whether we are getting this ct or not. And this is the ct that we will get. So we have also plotted RT and CT. So you can see RT is this graph, that is pink line, and CT is this graph, that is green line. So we have also plotted transient response and steady state. We have bifurcated this our response in two parts, that is transient state response and steady state response. Now we have also seen for parabola. You can see we have considered t square by 2. So RS will be equal to 1 by s cube. So this is a closed loop transfer function. We have done nothing but taken the RS in this side. Now here you have to use partial fraction, and once you will do the partial fraction. So this will be equal to CT will be equal to this part, right? Now error calculation. This is our closed loop transfer function. Error is this part, that is the difference between input and output with feedback element. So for unity feedback system, you can write error is equal to RS minus CS, right? Steady state error is limit. How you can calculate the steady state error? That is at t is equal to infinite. When t time tends to infinite, then we can calculate our steady state error. So limit t tends to infinite, RT minus CT. Final value theorem also we have seen, that is in S domain. So when t is tending to infinite, our S will tends to 0, and this is an S and an extra term which is added here into E of S. E of S is simply RS minus CS. So we have calculated error for first order system. You can see first order system RS is equal to 1, that is RT is equal to del T, and CS is equal to this. If substituted in time domain, you can see here we have calculated, and we have calculated that error is 0. We can also justify our error by plot. You can see output is equal to input at steady state. So we have also done it by using final value theorem. In both the cases, we are observing that error is coming out to be same, right? 0 and 0. So we have seen one definition. What is a controlled system? If someone asks you what is a controlled system, what is the meaning of controlled system, your reply should be a system is called as controlled system if output follows the input at steady state, or the steady state error should be as low as possible. This is our definition of controlled system. So similarly, we have calculated the error for second case, that is when input is ut. Here also we have seen that error is coming out to be 0. We have also validated by final value theorem, and we have said that error is coming out to 0. We have also validated it by plotting, and you can see at steady state output is equal to input, that is 1. Third case is when input is ramp. So we have calculated the steady state error tau by time domain, and by final value theorem is also we have calculated that steady state error is tau, right? So you can see there is difference between input and output, that is tau. That is a constant. Tau is a constant. It is not a variable, right? Tau is a constant. So a constant error will be there between input and output at steady state. So we can call this system also as a controlled system, because it is not increasing and it is not tending to infinite. Error is a constant error. There is a constant error. Okay. Fourth case, we have considered the parabola. So this is the function for parabola and time domain, and this is its Laplace transform, that is 1 by s cube. This is the response, and this is C of S. Again, we have put the value. Now in this case, we are observing that steady state error is infinite, which we are also plotted. You can see it is having a variable term, that is t term is an extra term apart from tau. So when t tends to infinite, this will also be infinite. So we have also validated it by final value theorem, and by final value theorem we have got the steady state error to be infinite. So this is we have seen the first order system, and we have seen what are the responses corresponding to each input to the first order system. We have also calculated the steady state error for first order system. Next class, we will see some examples, and we will this will be the syllabus for your mid-sem. Up till this point, which we will be covering in next class, that will be the syllabus for your mid-sem. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So for mid-sem, if you want to take in a point wise, you can take a note down that block diagram reduction is the main thing, signal flow graph is the main thing, mechanical system that we have seen using mass spring damper is an electrical network and force voltage and force current analogy, and this first order system response for each input and how to calculate the steady state error. These are the important topics, or these are topics that will be coming till your mid-sem. Now we will stop.